and welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Zita and I'm excited to be here with you. As always, it's about 7 o'clock in the morning for my time, so excuse the coffee. But yeah, I have been asked quite a bit recently about what beginners classes would look like, so I've pulled something together to share with you all. So if you are at home during this time, it's a nice practice for anybody who's looking to kind of explore what yoga is. It's also a really nice place for seasoned yogis to just really slow it down and maybe tap back into basics. So if you do have any props available, I would recommend grabbing 2 blocks. If you don't have 2 blocks, anything that's going to support you in any holds. So maybe something that's the size of a big water bottle, or a lamp or a pot, anything that you think could be helpful. But otherwise, if there's anything else that you like to usually grab if you are used to taking any classes, feel free to grab it. But yeah, let's get started. So when you're ready, find a comfortable seat on your mat. The first typical pose that we do sometimes in a vinyasa class or a yoga class is sukhasana. So this is just your simple seated place with your legs crossed. Your hands are going to be resting on your lap, palms face up or face down. Your shoulders are going to roll up to the ears and melt down your back, so you have this nice long spine. And you can close out through the eyes and then just start to focus on the breath. So vinyasa is the marriage between breath and movement, so allowing yourself the chance to focus on your inhales and your exhales, noticing the rhythm, noticing how your chest feels, noticing the rise and the fall. So as you are, let's slow it down. Take a full inhale through the nose. Take it nice and slow. Exhale through the mouth. Softly let it go. Softening any tension in the body. Breathe in through the nose. Exhale, slowly let it go. Breathing in nice and long through the nose. And your exhale starts to slowly release. Noticing your own breath, your own rhythm. This is a chance for you to drop into the present moment, allowing your mind to just focus on one thing. Over the next 45 to 60 minutes, we will be focusing a lot on movement. There will be balancing, so really using your mind to train it to focus on one thing right now will help you, not just on the mat, but when you also leave and you go out into the big, scary outside world. And take a full inhale through the nose. Exhale, let it go. You can blink open the eyes. Bring some movement back to your fingertips. Maybe drop one ear to the shoulder, then the chin to the chest, and then rolling the other ear to the other shoulder. And then just find that circle back down the way you came. Chin to chest, ear to shoulder, and then all the way back, opening up the throat. Then coming back into your center, let the crown of the head reach up to the sky. Sweep the hands high. Take a full inhale here. In your exhale, drops the right hand down towards your right hip. Reach the left hand up to the sky. Feel the length in that left side body. Take a big breath in. Your exhale is side body stretch, reaching the left hand up and over the head, rooting that left sit bone close to the earth. Your left shoulder rolls away from that left ear as you push deep into that left or right palm and letting your inhale reach up a little higher. And your exhale extends it a little deeper. You can always peek underneath that left arm and roll the ribs back. Full breath in here and a full breath out. Your inhale sweeps both hands up to the sky, reach them up nice and high. And your exhale, find this on the other side. Drop the left hand down towards the left hip. Bring the right fingertips up to the sky, find nice and high length. And your exhale reaches it up and over towards the left side of your mat. Your breath in lengthens through that right side. Root that right hip down. If it's coming up off the mat, just find what it's like. Maybe you ease off of that left hand a bit. Take a big breath in and a full breath out. And then peeking underneath that right arm, maybe you roll the ribs back. Take one big breath in here and a full breath out. Your next inhale reaches both hands up to the sky, lengthen it up nice and high. And then finding a twist towards the right side of your mat, left hand towards the right knee, and then your right hand comes behind you, just sitting behind the sacrum. If you have a block and you're dropping, if this is what your seated twist is coming into, just take that block or that support, place it behind the sacrum. Right hand is onto the block, lengthen through the shoulders, take a big breath in. And your exhale just twists and peeks over that right shoulder. And take another big breath in here. And a big breath out. Inhale, sweeping both hands up to the sky, reach it up nice and high. And then finding this on the other side, twist it over towards your left. Right hand on the left knee, left hand comes behind the sit bones. Lengthen through the spine, make it up nice and high. And your exhale twist, just peeking over that left shoulder. Take a full breath in here. And your exhale, just twist it out a little deeper. Your inhale, bringing both hands up to the sky, reach it up nice and high. Your exhale, go posting the arms, opening up into the chest for this micro back bend that comes from the ribs, comes from the shoulders. Your inhale reaches both hands to the sky. And then rolling over the knees, come into your tabletop pose. So crown of the head reaches towards the top of your mat. I'm going to show the side of my body here. Your hips are over the knees, shoulders are over the wrists. You have this nice flat spine, so your belly button hugs into the back of the spine. You're going to take a full breath in here, push deep into the palms, and a full breath out as the tops of the feet push firmly into the mat. Your breath in is your cow pose as we start to warm up the spine. Tilt the sit bones to the sky. Drop your belly towards the earth. Roll the shoulders back as your heart reaches for it. This is your cow pose. And then just sit in it for a moment to see what that's like. Take another big breath in. And your exhale, cat pose. Drop the sacrum down, pulling it forward. Knit the belly button up to the sky, shoulders round, gaze is towards the thighs as you open up through the back. Take a breath in here and take a full breath out. Inhale is that cow pose once again, tilting from the sacrum, belly down, heart forward. Exhale to that cat pose, pull the pelvis forward, navel to the sky, shoulders broaden, gaze is back. One more time into your cow pose, just finding that nice wave from hip bones all the way to the crown. And your exhale, once again, starting from the back, making that way forward. And your breath in is that neutral spine. And your breath out is here. And we're just going to warm up through the wrists so that when you do put weight on, you have that opening and that heat. So flip the left hand so the fingertips come towards the knees, but your palm is facing up. So this is a nice one to do at the front of the wrist. And then lean just gently back into it so you can open up through the back of the wrist. This is really nice if you sit at a computer or if you play a lot of video games. Anywhere that you're going to have that stagnant feeling, so just getting into it, leaning into it. And then just flip the left hand back the way it came. We'll try this on the right side, flipping the fingertips towards the knees, palm is facing up, wrist is down. And then just easing back into it. Noticing again if this side is different, so just having that awareness. Then when you're ready, flipping that hand around. Then this time bring both palms down onto the mat, but flip the fingertips on both hands towards the knees. And you can take this one step at a time if this is a lot. And then just once again, just lean back. So both palms are down, top of the hand is high, fingertips towards the knees. And you're opening up through the inside of the wrist here. Coming back through center, find your neutral spine, fingertips are back forward, and then just find some small circles. Any direction, just pick one direction and stick to it for 3 rounds of breath. You can start to get bigger and bigger if you wish. And then when you're ready, find this on the other side, starting off small. And then gradually making bigger spaces, taking up more space on the mat. And then when you're ready, find that neutral spine. Inhale, peel the left hand up to the sky, right shoulder stays over that right wrist. Open up the palm, take a full breath in. And you're threading the needle, sweeping the left arm or the left hand underneath the right, lower down to the left shoulder. The left hand is palm is facing up. You're on the left ear and take a full breath in and a full breath out. If you want to add on, you can crawl the right hand towards the top of your mat, coming high in the fingertips, or you can plant the hand out. I like to come on the fingertips so I can open up the underarm. And then sliding the right hand underneath the right shoulder. Inhale, unwind, undo your thread the needle, sweeping the left hand to the sky. Your exhale is that tabletop pose. Breath in is your cow. And your breath out is your cat pose, rounding into the spine. Finding that neutral spine, inhale, sweep the right hand up to the sky. In your exhale, thread the needle, sweeping the right hand underneath the left. Palm is facing up, lowering down to that right shoulder and right ear. Hips stay nice and high over those knees. Crawling the left hand towards the top of the mat. If you want to add on, you can come high in the fingertips as you open up through that underarm. Take one big breath in and one full breath out. Sliding the left hand underneath the shoulder, unthread the needle, pushing into that left palm, sweep the right hand to the sky. Exhale is that tabletop pose. Now stepping the left foot back, tuck the toes onto the mat. We're going to open up through the feet here, open up through the calf. So really tucking into those toes, push into the heel as you reach it, as if you're to stamp it on the floor. You won't be able to, but just noticing how you can get that nice opening in the back of the calf. And then you can bring the weight forward, and then bring it back again. And then when you're ready, come back, shoulders over the wrists. Kickstand the right foot off of your mat and plant the left foot down, so the short edge of your mat is in line with the outside of your left foot. Your right knee is somewhere underneath the right hip, wherever you feel comfortable. Right hand is down on the mat. If this feels terribly uncomfortable, you can always use a prop underneath that right hand just to find that extra lift. And then reaching the left hand up to the sky, take a full breath in. And your exhale sweeps the left hand up and over the head so you can get this nice side body. It's really easy to dump that right shoulder into the ear, so make sure you have that nice long lift. One big breath in here. And your exhale slowly lowers it back down to that tabletop pose. Hips over the knees once again. Let's find our cow pose. Breathe in. And breathe out into your cat spine. Finding that neutral spine. Crawl the right foot back, tuck the toes. We'll just find this on the other side, nice and easy. Tucking the toes, lean into the hands, pushing the hands back. Shoulders will reach towards the back of the room. Right heel wants to plant down on the mat, but just finding that reach. Opening up through the back of the calf. Careful not to lock out through the knee. You can always find a micro bend here. And then you can bring the weight forward. And then bring it all the way back again. We'll find that modified side plank once again. Shoulders stack over the wrists. Kickstand the left foot off of your mat. Right foot stamps down so it's the knife edge is in line with the back side of the mat. And sweeping the right hand up to the sky. Open it up. Take a big breath in here. And a full breath out. And you might notice you might want to use a block under that left hand, maybe you don't. Wherever you are, just find that lift, full breath in, and your exhale sweeps that right hand all the way around, reaching it over the head, letting that right rib reach up towards the sky. Pushing deep into the knife edge of that right foot, full breath in. And your exhale, slowly lower back down into that tabletop pose. And let's just find a child's pose here. Toes touch, knees nice and wide. Let the hips reach back towards the heels. And then crawl your hands nice and long in front. If your hips are up in the sky and your hands are reaching forward, and this is where you are, wherever you feel comfortable, if this feels like a nice place where you can come back to home base, this is your child's pose. Let it be anything that you can feel the extension of the spine, the length of the arms, the hips reaching towards the back of the mat. And then just taking a full breath in, forehead connects with the ground, and a full breath out. One more big inhale here. And a big breath out. Slowly come back into your tabletop pose. Tuck the toes, downward facing dog as your hips lift to the sky. In your downward facing dog, let the palms push deep into the mat. Fingertips flare out so you have these nice wide palms. Pinkies reach towards the outside of your mat and then just fanning them out. So your wrists are nearly at 45 degrees. If you have any sensitivity in your wrists, you can always use a block or 2 blocks underneath the palms so you can take some of the pressure out. And your fingertips will hold onto the palms and you just have that nice additional lift. And then just kind of getting familiar with your downward facing dog, you will spend a lot of time coming back into this pose. And your
Heels don't have to touch the ground. Your legs don't have to be straight. You don't have to have this big, long back. What's nice is you can always bend the knees if this is your first time coming to downward facing dog. And take that awareness from the crown of the head towards the sacrum. So if your back is rounding, and this is where you are today, that is totally fine. Just bending the knees and reaching the sit bone back and towards the sky. Gradually, you'll find that nice long spine. And then once you work from there and you feel good in this place, or your arms should be starting to burn a little bit, just notice the hips, and then maybe you start to drop one heel, lengthening through the back of the leg. And then dropping into the other heel, just pedaling out through the feet, opening up into the hamstrings. Your feet are about hip distance apart, and your hands are about shoulder distance apart, or anywhere that feels comfortable to you. Just keeping them on the mat. You don't want them too off the mat or you might fall forward. You don't want them too close together because your shoulders will bunch up into the ears. So your knees can be bent. You can stay here if you like. You can inhale high in the toes to feel that lift. That exhale, lowering the heels closer to the mat. Your breath in comes high in the toes. Take that gaze forward. Exhale, bend deep into the knees. Start to crawl your way to the top of your mat, forward fold. Having your ragdoll pose, bend deep into the knees, so draw them forward, sit the hips back, and let your belly drape over the thighs, or as close to as needed. Holding onto opposite elbows, let the crown of the head come down towards the mat. And you're just lengthening through the spine, you're letting the tension go. You can sway side to side. You can shake your head, yes and no. When you're ready, inhale, release the hands, lift up halfway, hands to the shins, nice long spine. Hips are somewhere over the ankles. Take a big inhale here. And your exhale, small bend in the knees as you find your forward fold, Uttanasana. Inhale is a halfway lift, straighten through the legs, Ardha Uttanasana. And then keeping that core engaged, exhale, lower down, forward fold, Uttanasana. Small bend in the knees, you begin to rise up, mountain pose. Start to slowly rise up, vertebrae by vertebrae. Hands are down by the sides. Palms are facing out, rolling the shoulders back. Let the crown of the head come up nice and high. And then notice if you have any arch in the back, maybe you just start to flatten everything down. Lifting up through the ribs. Rolling the shoulders back. Take a big inhale here, rooting down into the feet. And a full breath out. Your inhale, mountain pose, reaching the hands up to the sky. Your exhale drops that left hand down, extend the right hand up and over, getting into that right side body. Letting that left shoulder drift away from the ear. Breathe in, reaching both hands to the sky. Your exhale drops the right hand down and reaching the left hand up and over. And pushing down into that left foot. So if you're lifting up, just drop it down. With your breath and reaching both hands up to the sky. And your exhale, goalposting the arms, opening up into the chest. Inhale, hands to the sky. Your exhale, hands to heart center, hinge the weight forward, knees can be softly bent, bringing it down into that forward fold. We're going to go through our Sun A's and Namaskar A's. They're a great way of warming up through the body. We'll break it down and then we'll flow. Inhale, halfway lift, lengthen through the spine. Exhale, plant the palms and step it back into your plank pose. So if this is your first time coming into plank pose and this feels like a lot, drop down to the knees. Everybody just drop down to the knees. We'll start to figure it out bit by bit. Shoulders are over the wrists. Hands are pushing down into the mat, flaring out, fanning out nice and long. And if you're jumping through the belly, start to push into the palms and imagine you're filling up that space between the shoulder blades. Your crown of the head reaches nice and long, and take a big breath in here and a full breath out. And your knees are slightly behind, so it's not that tabletop pose, but it's that little bit more. One big breath in here and a big breath out. Now as you are, inhale, shift the weight forward, shoulders come past the wrists, keeping the elbows tucked into the ribs. Start to slowly bring your weight down. Elbows stay over the wrists. Stepping the feet towards the back of your mat, tops of the feet are flat. Wrap the elbows in. Breath in is your baby cobra. And you're just lifting up a little bit off the chest. Just keeping the belly pushing down, pelvis is pushing down. You're just peeking up, rolling the shoulders back. Keep the elbows tucked into the ribs. One big breath in here. And your exhale slowly lowers down. Tuck the toes, elbows to the ribs, zip the navel into the spine, and push up to that knee plank. Elbows keeping tucked in. Lengthen through the arms, breath in here. Down dog, tucking the toes, hips to the sky. So that is your first version of your sun A. Breathe in, high in the toes, gaze forward. Exhale, bend the knees, slowly step to the top of your mat, forward fold. I also call this vinyasa in the class, so if you hear flow through your vinyasa, you would move through that, and I'll show you what that looks like in just a few. So breathe in, halfway lift. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, rise up, mountain pose, hands sweep to the sky. Exhale, hands to heart center. Breathe in, bring the hands to the sky. This time holding onto the right wrist, reach up and over towards the left. Pushing into that right foot. Inhale, hands to the sky. Exhale, holding onto the left wrist, reaching up and over towards the right. Hipping, then pushing the hips out towards your left. Inhale, hands to the sky. Then your exhale drops it down to that forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, lengthen through the spine. Your exhale is plank pose. This is your second version, so take a full breath into your plank. Same again with the shoulders. If your shoulders and belly are dropping, push into the palms, fill that space of the shoulders. Lengthening through the spine, engaging through the core. Take a big inhale here. And a full breath out. Inhale, shift the weight forward. Shoulders come past the wrist. So if you see that nice angle from my wrist to the shoulders, bringing that weight forward, this will protect the shoulder cuffs. Keeping the elbows in, lower down, elbows keep into the ribs. Gazes forward. Reaching the toes back, tops the feet flat. Breath in is that baby cobra, zip the elbows back. Heart reaches forward. Exhale, lower the heart down. Tuck the toes, lift the knees and the thighs. Elbows to the ribs, navel to the spine. Breath in is that plank pose. Breath out, down dog. Inhale, high in the toes, gaze forward. Exhale to bend into the knees and slowly step to the top of your mat, forward fold. Your inhale is a halfway lift, lengthen through the spine. Exhale, forward fold. One more time, rise up, mountain pose, hands sweep up to the sky. Exhale, go push the arms, open up the chest. Inhale is your mountain. Exhale, hands to heart center. One full breath in. And one full breath out. Inhale, hands to the sky. We'll do that one more time, adding on. Exhale, drop it down, forward fold. Inhale is your halfway lift. Exhale, plant the palm, step it back to your plank pose. We're adding in a push up here, so inhale, shift the weight forward, shoulders past the wrists. Exhale, lower halfway down, the elbows into the ribs. So you notice that they're not flaring out, but you have them ripped in towards the ribs. If this seems like a lot, you can come into your plank pose, lower to the knees, shift the weight forward, and then come halfway down. Either or works. So wherever you are, feel that strength in the arms, keeping that belly engaged. Then flip the feet to your upward facing dog. Tops of the thighs are lifted off the mat. Again, if this feels like a lot, drop to the knees, come down to the belly, and move into that bhujangasana, into that cobra pose. If you are in that upward dog, one more breath in here. Exhale, down dog, hips to the sky. Take a full breath in, and a full breath out. Breathe in here one more time. Exhale, bring the weight forward, knees to the mat, find your child's pose. Knees are nice and wide, toes are touching, lengthening through the arms. And then just take a few moments here to come back into the breath, noticing how child's pose might feel a little different this time. Noticing the energy in the body, maybe you feel a little bit more healed up, maybe you don't. And then just tapping in. And one more breath in here. And one more big breath out. Pulling your way forward, tuck the toes into your downward facing dog, hips to the sky. Take a full breath in through the nose, and a full breath out. Inhale, high in the toes, gaze forward. Exhale, bend the knees, step to the top of your mat at the bottom of the breath. Your inhale is a halfway lift, lengthening through the spine. Exhale, drops the heart down. Bending the knees, rise up, mountain pose, hands to the sky. Exhale, hands to heart center. Take a full breath in here. And a full breath out. Inhale, rise up, mountain pose. Your exhale, start to slowly flow it down, forward fold. Inhale is your halfway lift here. And then slowly start to step it back to your downward facing dog. Moving into our sun bees. Inhale, three-legged dog, reach the right foot up to the sky, but keep the flex of the toes towards the ground and use the glute to bring it up nice and high. The left heel can come up, it doesn't have to stay planted. Meet yourself where you are. If your right hip has rolled forward, just drop it down so it's in line with the left. And if your right leg is here today, let that be exactly where it needs to be. And just gradually taking a full inhale here. Nice long down dog arms. Exhale, knee to nose, shoulders stack over the wrists. Inhale, three-legged dog, reach the right foot up to the sky. Exhale, steps the right foot between the hands, and you can start to slowly bring the weight forward if it doesn't arrive there right away. If you have blocks, frame the right foot, drop the right knee behind you and tuck the back toes. Your right knee is going to be somewhere over that right ankle, so if it's dropping out, pull it into center. If you're leaning forward like that, just draw the right hip back. If you don't have blocks, you can stay high in the fingertips, lengthening through the spine. If you do have blocks, you can just find that nice lift. One big inhale here. Your exhale is your half split pose. Just shift the hips so they stack over the left knee this time. flexing the right toes towards the nose. If you sass out towards the left, hug it back into center. You can always find a micro bend in that right knee, or you can lengthen that right hip back. If this feels like a lot, once again, you can just take those blocks and lengthen through the heart space. And then start to slowly drop the chest down. One big breath in, lengthen through the spine. Big breath out, melt the heart down. Then inhale, release, bend the right knee over that right ankle once again, and sweep the hands to the sky, Anjaneyasana. And then lifting up, leaning into that right knee, keeping it over the ankle. Take one big breath in here, find length. And your exhale plants the hands, frame the right foot. You can always come up to fingertips if the plant doesn't happen. Tuck the back toes, lift the back knee for that runner's lunge. Exhale, down dog, step the right foot back to meet the left. Full inhale here. And a full breath out. Inhale, three-legged dog. Start to reach that left foot up and back. Flexing through the toes, lengthening through the body. Once again, that right knee can be slightly bent if you wish, and the heel can come off the mat just to find that extension, but keep that left leg nice and long, nice and straight. One full breath in. Your exhale, knee to nose, rounding through the spine. Your inhale is that three-legged dog, reach the left foot up. And your exhale slowly steps the left foot forward. You can drop the right knee down and tuck the toes, and let's just find this on the other side. Fingertips can come down towards the earth, or if you wish to use the block. Left knee is somewhere over that left ankle. Lengthening through the spine, take a big breath in and a big breath out. One more inhale here. Your exhale is that half split. Shift the hips over that right knee, flexing into the toes. Your inhale lengthens through the spine, find that halfway lift. And your exhale starts to melt the heart down. One more inhale, breathe in, keep it into your center line. And breathe out. Your inhale bends the left knee, Anjaneyasana. Find that extension of the arms, sweeping them up nice and high. Rooting into that left foot. Take one big breath in here. And a full breath out. Lifting up, one more big inhale as you are. Your exhale slowly plants the hands down outside, they're vacuuming, sorry. Hands outside of the left foot. Tucking the back toes, lift the back knee, breathe into that low lunge. And breath out, down dog, left foot meets the right. Take a full inhale here. And a full breath out. Inhale, let's move through our vinyasa. Roll the shoulders past the wrists into that plank pose, but shoulders past the wrists. Option here to take it from your knees or come straight into elbows to ribs, chaturanga. Breath in is that upward facing dog, thighs lifted off the mat, or come to cobra pose if you come to the knees. And slowly rise up to your down dog, hips to the sky. Inhale, high in the toes, gaze forward. Exhale, bend the knees and slowly step top of your mat, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, mountain pose, hands to the sky. Exhale, hands to heart center. We're going to flow through that, and then we're going to add on also. So start to notice how the breath to the movement starts to feel a little bit more like a dance. So breathe in, hands to the sky. Your exhale drops it down, forward fold. Breath in, halfway lift. Exhale, step back, downward facing dog. Three-legged dog, right foot reaches up to the sky. This time scorpion your dog, right heel to the glute, and open the right knee nice and wide. And then just pushing deep into the palms, taking this moment to open up into the hip flexor. One full breath in, and a full breath out. Inhale, bring that right knee and straighten it for your three-legged dog. Flex the toes towards the ground. Exhale, right knee, right nose. Inhale, pump that right foot all the way back, three-legged dog. Exhale, step the right foot forward. Drop the left knee and tuck the back toes. Lengthen through the spine, fingertips to the earth. Exhale is that half split. Start to shift the hips back, flexing the toes, hips over the left knee. Inhale is that Anjaneyasana, hand sweep to the sky. Exhale, plant the hands down. Tuck the toes in the back. Inhale for that low lunge, left knee lifts. Exhale, down dog, step the right foot to meet the left. Inhale, three-legged dog, left foot to the sky. Exhale, heel to the glute. Open the left knee, scorpion your dog. Keeping the shoulders squared here, it's easy to drop into that right, but keep the gaze towards that right toe, or you can peek underneath that right underarm. One full breath in, and one full breath out. Inhale is that three-legged dog. Extend the left leg nice and long. Exhale, knee to nose, pump it in. Inhale, pump it out, three-legged dog. Exhale, step the left foot forward. Drop the right knee, extend into the heart. Low lunge, knee to the earth. Breathe in here. And breathe out, half splits. Flex the left toes towards the nose. Breath in is your Anjaneyasana, hands to the sky. Breath out, hands down towards the mat. Inhale, low lunge, lift the right knee off the mat. Exhale, down dog, left foot meets the right. Take a big inhale here. And take a full breath out. We're gonna add on here. Inhale, three-legged dog, sweep the right foot up to the sky. Your exhale slowly steps the right foot forward. Keeping the left knee lifted to your low lunge, breathe in here. And big breath out. Your simple twist, left hand towards the block or towards the earth. Reach the right hand up to the sky, open up the ribs, take one big breath in here. And your exhale lowers that right hand down. Rooting into that right heel, inhale, rise up to your crescent lunge. So hands are towards the sky. Your hips are facing towards the front of the room. So if your hips are opening like this, I would shorten the stance from back toe to heel. Maybe widen through the feet a little bit. Take the hands to the hips. Lower the left knee to a hover. Lift that left hip back and the right hip, left hip forward and right hip back. And when you're ready, reach the hands towards the sky. Right knee is over the ankle and extend into that back left leg. Take one big breath in here and a full breath out. One more inhale as you are. And your exhale, fly the arms behind you and reach the heart forward. Palms are facing down, pinkies dip towards each other. Your inhale rises back up to that crescent lunge. And open it up to your warrior two. Drop the left foot down at 45 degrees, left heel plants. Right knee stays hovering over that right ankle. You want your left toes to face in the direction of your hip. So if you prefer to keep your left foot on the knife edge of the mat, just make sure that that hip is facing in the same direction. What you don't want is this nasty twist happening from the hips, so always want to protect. So let that left toe come in line with the hip. Lean into that right knee, and you can let that left hip naturally reach forward and the right hip open back. And then opening up into your arms, if you find that you're going like this, just bring it around. Right hand forward and the left hand reaches back. Check that that left hand is in line with the right, and then rolling that left rib back, gaze over the right fingertips. Take a full breath in here, shoulders away from the ears, and a full breath out. One more big breath in here, and a full exhale as you sink down. Inhale, high flying warrior, keep the feet where they are, just straighten that right leg, hands to the sky. Exhale, hands to heart center, open it up to that warrior two. Inhale, high flying warrior. Exhale, warrior two, open it up once again. Reversing your warrior. Inhale, reach the right hand forward, flip the palm to the sky, and then reach it up and behind. And keeping that right heel somewhere in line with the inside of your left foot or left ankle, lifting the right hand over the head. Make sure you find that bend is still there in that right knee. Left hand can be down the left thigh. One full inhale here. Exhale, extended side angle pose. Right elbow towards the thigh. So it's easy to think that this is side angle pose because you see people do it all the time. It's for when you progress a little deeper into your practice. So let that right thigh come in line parallel to the mat. Right elbow is to the thigh. Nice long triangle gap here between the underarm and the thigh. And then just reach the left hand up, nice and high. Side angle pose. Take a full breath in here and a full breath out. Your inhale, reverse to your triangle, just straighten that right leg. Reach the hips forward, right hand over the head. And your exhale is triangle pose. So let the hips shift back. You can always shorten the stance, drawing the left foot forward. Keeping it at 45. Hips reach back, reach the right hand towards the front of your mat, and then down towards that right shin. If you have a block, I highly recommend you using it at the high setting of the block, or if you have the water bottle, you can take it on the inside or the outside of the leg. And then just opening up through the ribs, so that left hip stays in the direction of the back toes. You're pushing into that front right toe. Taking your hand towards the hip, just roll that left shoulder up to the sky. Push into that right hand on the block as you peel the left hand up nice and high. Rolling the ribs, take a full breath in and take a full breath out. One more inhale here and one big breath out. Your inhale, slowly rise up, high pyramid pose. Pivot the right toes towards the left of your mat. Your inhale, sweeping the hands high to the sky. And your exhale drops it down to your prasarita, wide-legged forward fold. Your inhale, come up halfway, lengthen through the spine. Toes are slightly in, heels are slightly out. And your exhale starts to drop the chest down. Leaning into the toes, breathe and lift up halfway. And breathe out, melt the heart down. One inhale as you are down here. And one full breath out. Inhale, lifting up halfway to the fingertips. Exhale is that low lunge, top of your mat, hands to frame the right foot. Inhale, three-legged dog, sweeps the right foot up to the sky. Your exhale slowly steps it down, downward facing dog. One full breath in here. And one full breath out. And find this on the other side. Three-legged dog sweeps the left foot up to the sky. And scorpion your dog on the breath out. Three-legged dog, lengthen that left leg. Exhale, knee to nose, rounding through the spine. Three-legged dog, lengthens that left foot. Exhale, step the left foot forward. And then once again, leaning into that left knee, take a full breath in and a full breath out. Finding that simple twist, right hand roots towards the block or towards the earth. Inhale, left hand to the sky, open it up. Exhale, slowly lowers the left hand down. Pushing into that left heel, inhale, rise up to your crescent lunge. Once again, you can get set up on this side, hands down towards the hips. Drop that right knee to a hover, shift the left hip back, right hip forward. Lengthen through that back right leg as the hands float to the sky. Left knee is somewhere over the left ankle. Right heel is lifted off the mat, so you're balancing on the back right toes. Nice long spine, take a full breath in. Hands are facing each other. Your exhale, fly it back. Heart reaches forward, belly towards the thighs. Palms are facing down. Your inhale rises up to that crescent lunge. And your exhale opens it up to that warrior two once again. Left knee is hovering over the left ankle. Right foot is down at 45 degrees. Letting that right hip face in line with the toes. Open up through the arms. Right hand reaches back, left hand reaches forward. Letting the chest open up nice and wide to the right side of your mat. Taking a peek back, that right arm is in line with the left. Shoulders away from the ears. Leaning into that left knee, take a full breath in and a full breath out. Inhale, high flying warrior, two straight legs. Exhale, open it up to that warrior two once again. Inhale, high flying warrior. Exhale, hands to heart center, warrior two. Your inhale, reverse your warrior, reaching that left hand forward. Bring it up and over the head as you open up into that left side. Keeping that bend strong and deep in that left knee. Reach the right hand down the thigh. Open up the ribs. Take one big breath in here. Exhale, extended side angle pose. Left elbow or forearm to the left thigh. And inhale, reaching the right hand up to the sky. Maybe the gaze follows. Take a big breath in here, pushing down through the knife edge of that right foot. And a full breath out. Inhale, slowly reverse your triangle, straighten through that left leg. Shift the hips forward as the left hand reaches up and over the head. And notice here, take one big breath in and one big breath out. One more inhale in your reverse triangle. Exhale, Trikonasana triangle pose. You can bring that right foot in slightly. Shift the hips back. Reach the left hand towards the front of the room and then drop it down towards your shin or the block. Right hand towards the sacrum. Roll the right ribs towards the sky, elbow towards the sky. And your inhale, when you're ready, peel the right hand up nice and high. And then you're not letting this left hand just kind of hang out. So just pushing down, activating the muscles without putting too much pressure into that shin. Feeling the lift of the body. Feeling your body extending in all directions. Take one big breath in here. And one big breath out. Your inhale slowly comes back up. High pyramid pose. Just roll the left toes towards the right side of your mat. Lengthen the hands to the sky. And this time we're just going to drop the hands down towards the sacrum, interlocking the fingertips behind you. Pushing the knuckles away and down towards the ground, finding this nice shoulder rinse. Palms stay towards each other. One big breath in and one big breath out. One more inhale here. And your exhale, hinge the weight forward for your bound prasarita, wide-legged forward fold. Your inhale lifts up halfway. And your exhale slowly melts the heart down. One more breath in here. And one more big breath out. Your inhale starts to slowly make your way back up again. Reaching the hands to the sky, just release that bind. Exhale, drop it down to that forward fold. Breath in is that halfway lift, lengthen through the spine. Exhale is that low lunge, top of the mat, hands to frame the left foot. Inhale, three-legged dog, reach the left foot to the sky. Exhale is your downward facing dog. We're just going to move through that vinyasa. Inhale, shoulders come past the wrists. Exhale, lowers halfway down or all the way, yogi's choice. Breath in is that heart opener. Upward dog. And breath out is your downward dog. Inhale, high in the toes, gaze forward. Exhale, bend the knees, step to the top of your mat, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, mountain pose. Exhale, go post the arms. Breath in mountain pose. Breath out, hands to heart center. One more full breath in here. And one full breath out. And we're just going to flow through that sequence. You'll notice again the breath to the movement. It feels like a little bit of a dance. So take a full breath in, mountain pose, hands sweep to the sky. And your exhale, forward fold, drop it down. Full breath in, halfway lift. Full breath out, down dog, step it back. Three-legged dog is your inhale, right foot to the sky. Exhale, scorpion your dog, right heel to the glute, right knee opens wide. Inhale is that three-legged dog, lengthen and straighten. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, three-legged dog. Exhale, step the right foot forward. Inhale, simple twist, right hand to the sky, left hand roots to the block or the earth. Exhale, lower the right hand down. Inhale, crescent lunge, high in the ball bones of the left toes, hands to the sky. It's like a high lunge. And we're going to add on here. Exhale, fly the arms behind you. Now reaching the fingertips nice and back. Lean into that right foot and float the left off the mat, airplane pose. Reaching the heart forward. You can also use blocks here if this feels like a lot. And just letting that right hip stack over the left right ankle. Reach that left heel back, but peel your heart open. Reaching, reaching, reaching. One full breath in here. Your exhale, bend the right knee, step the left foot back. Crescent lunge once again, hands to the sky. Open it up to your warrior two. Left hand back, left foot 45, bending the right knee. Inhale, reach the right hand forward and up and behind. Reverse your warrior. Exhale, side angle pose, right elbow to the thigh, left hand sweeps to the sky. Inhale, reverse your triangle, straighten through that right leg, hands to the sky, hips come forward. Exhale, Trikonasana, triangle pose. Shift the hips back, reach the right hand forward and down, left hand to the sky. Breath in is your high pyramid pose. Pivot the toes towards the left of your mat. And your exhale, drop it down, forward fold. Your inhale lifts up halfway. Exhale, lunge, top of the mat. Three-legged dog, right foot to the sky. Exhale, downward dog. Other side, three-legged dog, left foot to the sky. Exhale, scorpion through your dog. Three-legged dog, lengthen the left leg. Exhale, knee to nose. Three-legged dog, lengthen the left leg. Exhale, step the left foot forward. Breath in, simple twist, left hand to the sky, right hand roots. Exhale, drop the left hand down, low lunge. Inhale, high crescent lunge, bring the hands to the sky. In your exhale, fly the arms behind you, heart reaches forward, palms are facing down, pinkies towards each other. Coming into that airplane pose, lean the weight into the left foot and slowly lift the right foot off the mat. Your heart reaches forward, navel to the spine. If this feels too wobbly, once again, take those blocks. Let that left hip reach towards the back, stacking over the left ankle. Right hip is in line with the right. So taking a full breath in, this is a closed hip, and a full breath out. One more inhale, and one more big breath out. Bending the left knee, inhale is that crescent lunge, hands to the sky. And your exhale opens it up, warrior two, right hand reaches back. Your inhale reverses your warrior, reach that left hand up and over the head. Your exhale, side angle pose, left elbow to the thigh, right hand to the sky. Inhale, reverse your triangle, sweep the left hand over the head. Your exhale, triangle pose, shift the hips back, reach the left hand forward and down, right hand to the sky. Inhale, high pyramid pose. Let's go push through the arms and find that shoulder rinse, dropping the hands towards the hips. Interlock the fingertips behind you, roll the shoulders open, breathe in. Breathe out to your bound prasarita, wide-legged forward fold, knuckles reach over the head. Your inhale comes up halfway, fly the arms wide this time. And your exhale is that low lunge, top of the mat. Three-legged dog, left foot reaches to the sky. Your exhale, downward facing dog. Take a big breath in here. And a full breath out. Inhale, bring your weight forward. Come down to the knees and find your child's pose. Toes are touching, knees are wide, arms are reaching nice and long. And take a full breath in here. And a full breath out. Just noticing the temperature of the skin, noticing the beat of your heart as it is right now. And then when you're ready, starting to slowly bring your weight back to your tabletop pose. Shoulders are over the wrists, hips are over the knees. Your breath in is cow pose. Open up through the heart, drop the belly down. Exhale is that cat pose, rounding through the spine. Your breath in is that neutral spine. Exhale, let it go. Starting to close down with a cooling practice. Make your way down into your seat. And then just extending the left foot out nice and long on your mat. Draw the right foot into the left thigh. Reach the hands up to the sky. Your left knee can be slightly bent if you feel a little tighter or if this is something that's a little more new. So you can reach the hands up to the sky, taking a full breath in. And then slowly you can bring the chest over that right thigh, just positioning it over that way. Coming halfway, hands to frame the shins or to frame the knee.
Breathe and lengthen through the spine. And then let your exhale melt it down a little deeper. Breathe and lengthen. And your exhale starts to just drop it down a little deeper. One more inhale here. Exhale, melt it down. And then just pausing. Opening up through the back of the body, the back of the leg, back of the neck as the crown of the head drops down. Slowly start to bring your way back up again. And we'll just find this on the other side. I'll show you from side body. Right foot comes into the left thigh. Nope. Right leg extends out nice and long. And drawing the left foot into the right thigh. Inhale, sweeping the hands up nice and high to the sky. Take a full breath in. And then pivoting the chest over towards that right foot. Full breath in here, and your exhale slowly starts to bring it down. Halfway. You can always find a bend in that right knee so you don't hyperextend and lock it out. Your breath in lifts up through the chest. Your exhale starts to hinge it down. Your breath in lengthens through the spine. And your exhale melts it down. One more inhale here, lengthen the spine. And exhale, let everything melt down. Just opening up, taking a few rounds of breath here. Noticing the fold, noticing the opening, noticing where the mind has begun to go. And then when you're ready, start to slowly bring your way back up again. And then we'll take both feet out towards the top of your mat, parallel to each other. Knees can be bent and we'll come into one big round of forward fold Paschimottanasana. Your legs can be more extended if you have that flexibility, but if this is something to be new or you want something more restorative, keep the knees bent. Hands to the sky, take a full breath in. And your exhale reaches the heart forward, hands to frame the legs. Your breath in lifts up through the heart. And your exhale drops the heart down. One more time. Inhale, reach the heart forward. Your exhale, melting down towards the chest. You can drop the chin towards the chest to open up the back of the neck. When you're ready, start to slowly bring your way back up again. Reaching the hands forward, lowering down from the count of 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and gently let the body drop. Taking the heels under the knees. Reach your fingertips towards the heels. They don't have to touch, but just in that general direction. Pushing into the heels, inhale, bridge pose. Lift up through the hips, let the knees come forward, engaging through the glutes, engaging through the back. We'll take 2 rounds of this, so just feel what it's like in this place as you push the body, the shoulders and the forearms down, but you lift up through the hips, chin away from the chest. And your exhale slowly melts it down. We'll find a little bit more of an extended version of this. Breathe and lift up through the hips, bridge pose. You can interlock your fingertips at the base of the spine, roll onto one shoulder and then to the other, so your forearms are pushing down into the mat, the side of the arms.
your feet about hip distance apart. And you're lifting up through the chest. Knees, imagining you're squeezing a block between the thighs. One big breath in here. And your exhale, slowly come up to the toes and melt your body down. And just pausing here as the heels drop, hands towards the thighs. The base of your palm is in your hips and your palms are on your thighs. Full breath in. And a full breath out. Drawing the knees into the chest, hands around the shins. Just start to rock side to side. Letting the hands come towards the hips. Scooch them to the right, letting the knees drop over towards the left. You can reposition so that right knee is somewhere over the left knee, and then open the right arm nice and wide for your supine twist. Right shoulder connects down onto the mat. Taking a big breath in here, and a full breath out. Your inhale slowly comes back through center, scooching the hips off towards the left. Drop the knees off towards the right, supine twist on this side. Open the arms nice and wide. One more big inhale here. And one full breath out. Your inhale brings knees back up towards the chest, and then reach the heels up to the sky, legs up the wall. And then just noticing the back of the legs. Maybe you roll out through the ankles, roll out through the toes. Let them suspend in the sky just for a moment. And taking one full breath in. And your exhale slowly lets the heels drop down towards the mat. Allowing yourself to drop down into your final pose, Shavasana. Letting the feet grow wide, letting the palms face up, letting them open. Taking that full body scan, starting from the toes, making your way up through the body, releasing any tension that you find is there. And then taking long breaths in through the nose and out through the mouth or the nose, whatever you wish. And then just bringing that focus once again back into your mind, bringing it back to that one thing. Allowing yourself the time to let the practice wash over you. Allowing yourself to actually rest and restore after so much effort. This is your Shavasana, this is the place where you finally be, your resting place. I encourage you to stay here for as long as you can, taking a break in a busy day, or maybe you're sealing it, or maybe you're just starting. But I will leave you now with my hands to heart center. I humbly bow. I don't know who you are, but I am grateful for you for practicing, for sticking with it, and for choosing this video to be part of your journey. So I humbly bow in absolute gratitude to you and to those who brought us this practice. From my heart to yours, please go in well and healthy and sane.